Hello and welcome to 4Speed Auto, the automotive program filmed off the same budget that an elementary school play would use. I'm your host, Sheen Holmes.
And I'm Jesse Schultz.
Now, seeing how everyone's complaining about gas prices and they're trying to get out of their SUVs, we decided to start today's show off with a review of an SUV.
For some reason, Sheen had to go to court to do this one.
This is Coral Springs, Florida, a city where SUVs are everywhere. It's easy to see why there are so many SUVs here too. Clearly, the harsh climate, the perilous parking lots, and the unforgiving paved roads mean you need an SUV merely to survive.
Okay, so maybe getting an SUV is pointless, but that hasn't stopped anyone from wanting one or buying one. But the smart thing to do, seeing how everyone's worried about gas prices, is to get a crossover, or a fake SUV.
And, topping the list, is the new Honda CRV, the latest version of one of the world's original fake SUVs. Since a large number of car buyers are most interested in a car's styling and design, we'll start there. From the back and from the sides, this is a reasonably good-looking car. But the front is a different story altogether.
You really have to wonder if Honda just took a clay model of the CRV, tripped, dropped it on its nose and said, "Oh dear, that looks terrible. Now let's go for some sushi."
Well, enough about the outside. What's it like on the inside?
Now up front, what we have is a very standard Honda dashboard, so it's made out of quality materials and everything's nailed together properly. So if your kids go through it, everything should survive.
Even though this is just the base CRV, it's completely loaded. Inside you'll find airbags galore, air conditioning, a CD player with an auxiliary in to plug in your iPod. There's even vehicle stability control, ABS, and somewhere in this gauge cluster, there's even a tire pressure monitoring system.
Now the back has pretty good legroom for a short guy like me. But if you have Yao Ming come in, you can fold down the center console here. And you can just have his feet stink up the front. However, it's not very comfortable for the person driving. Now in the trunk, you got lots of space for 3 large bags of donatable goods, and you can even fit yourself in there. It's quite spacious, actually. Now, if you have really short children and you need extra space in the back, you can actually slide the back seats forward, and then you can just shove your knees into the passenger, just in case you don't like them, and then you got extra trunk space. Or you can just fold the seats down. It's really your choice.
So, on a practicality basis, this small fake SUV will do everything you need it to do in everyday life. But what's it like for the bits in between destinations?
For starters, this car has a smooth revving 2.4-liter engine, putting out 166 horsepower. Of course, seeing how it weighs 3,500 pounds, it's not going to win any drag races. In fact, when you mash the throttle down, all it really does is make that funky miles per gallon gauge go to 0. As far as handling is concerned, the CRV is pretty good. It doesn't roll much in the corners, and it provides quite a lot of grip through these weird mini roundabout things. The ride in this car is very firm and solid, but unlike a BMW X3 or Ford Escape, it doesn't crash about over bumps, spilling your morning coffee in your lap. So overall, this is a very nice car to drive, unless you enjoy having coffee spilled in your lap.
This is all, of course, because the CRV is really just a Civic with tall tires on it. This means that the CRV is no more an SUV than the Honda Odyssey minivan.
There is, of course, one major issue with the CRV, and with all crossover vehicles for that matter. They're useless off-road. Even if you get a 4-wheel drive version of this car, it'll get stuck on a wet soccer field. So then you have to ask yourself, what's wrong with an Accord? I mean, an Accord costs the same as a CRV, it's lighter, it's faster, it's more nimble, and it gets better MPG. Overall, the CRV is a very good car, but unless you have a dog or you need to shove a cabinet in the back every other week, there's really no point in getting one.
So in conclusion, if you genuinely want an SUV, be it fake or real, the CRV is a very good car to get. But if it were me, I'd buy an Accord.